It's Monday morning, I'm in the kitchen, there's the flask. That can only mean one thing, I'm going fishing. I haven't been since Friday morning. Now, of course, to the vast majority of anglers, that's not a long period of time, is it? For me, I fish every day when I can. That's certainly a longer time than normal, a bigger gap than usual between sessions. After my trip on Friday morning, a very short one, I was off on my football related travels. I was in South Wales working at a game. I didn't get back home till very late on Saturday, but then yesterday I had other things to do, so I didn't get a chance to cast a line. And that for me highlights the difference between passion and obsession, because I wasn't bothered. I didn't think about it. Wasn't even an issue. In fact, when we had one of the lockdowns during COVID and we weren't allowed to go fishing, I went 50 days without being at the water's edge and didn't bother me. I'm passionate about my angling without doubt, but not obsessed. And that's the difference. If there's something in our lives that consumes us, that we have to go regardless, the consequences don't matter. All we have to do is do that particular thing. That becomes an obsession. But when it's a passion, it's something that's positive in our lives. It drives us forward in a really healthy way. Obsession is unhealthy. A couple of casts in, and it's a nice roach, especially, you've probably guessed, I'm on a small pool. I'm certainly enjoying my sessions on these small venues that I've been on now for a number of weeks. Most of them probably have a small amount of angling attention, but some of them you wouldn't see a fisherman at all. It's the challenge, isn't it, in many ways. I'm fishing with a barbel special rod and a Kuma reel. I've got 6 pound Maxima that goes right the way through. It's a 1/4 of an ounce lead, a 5mm bead, a size 8 shot is just hidden by the weed there. Then I've got a hook length that's created by the shot of about 5 inches, a size 12 Drennan super specialist hook, and a grain of corn, and I'm fishing over brown crumb and loose grains of sweet corn. Very simple approach, but it works. And my target, well, I'm not disappointed with roach, certainly ones like that, but my target would be tench, bream, carp. Those are the type of fish that I've been finding in these pools that I'm fishing. Some of them don't have bream or tench, certainly haven't caught them from there. Others do, but you often see a carp lurking around. Not big. If you get into double figures, that's a massive fish for venues such as the one that I'm on this morning. But it's a very autumnal day. The trees behind me on this particular spot here, they're still quite green, but everywhere else leaves are coming off, they're turning, the nettles are now dying back, and the vegetation in general. But the water temperature, that'll still be quite good, because water and air temperatures don't move at the same rate. So although we might start to feel chilly, and it was fairly at first light this morning, the water temperature will still be good. That's the important thing, because it's the fish that we're after. This isn't a roach. I'm about to net it. I'll be back. Next time you are struggling on dead baits, just stick a grain of corn on. The things you can catch on sweet corn. A very enjoyable couple of hours there. Back home, and I did some tidying in the garage. I want to keep the bins in there. We have a black bin for the general rubbish and then a green one. Usually they'd been outside the front of the house, but thought be nice to put them in the garage. So did a bit of tidying and created some space for them. And then we've got the recycling ones down the side, put them away. We have a little cubby hole in the side of the bungalow, and I've tidied that up as well and got everything sorted there. Pottering around, I do quite enjoy that. It's part of my semi-retirement. Then I've been on a run, just done that, had a shower, and you know what? It's still not even 12 noon. It's all about making the most of your time, isn't it? Anyway, in the comments box, if you're watching this on YouTube, there will be a pinned comment from me, and there will be a link in there that takes you to the blog entry that this is part of. So video plus text equals blog entry.